Hey, what's up everybody? My name is Josh Pizarro, born and raised in New York City. My story is different from most. After 10 years working in the post office, I realized I wasn't happy, so I decided to quit and go after my dream of becoming a real estate entrepreneur. While on my journey, I have encountered many struggles that have taught me the resilience needed in business. This is my story. Now I bring you stories from other entrepreneurs and their hustle to success. This is the JTB Podcast. All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the JT Brand Podcast, and I am here in the East Village in Janoko. Nyoko. Okay, right. I just had to make sure that I get that pronunciation right because I always just called it Janoko. And that's just me being a New York City Lower East Side kid and not really understanding that.
Okay,
but
anyway, sorry to correct you. Is
no, awesome.
Nyoko Nye is kind of Nye.
Okay,
we
Nyoko.
don't have in English, but we do have in Italy. Right?
So I'm here with owner at Nyoko in the East Village, 337 East 10th Street. By the way, thank you for having me. I appreciate it. So welcome.
Hi, Pierluigi.
Let you introduce yourself. So you are an owner over here of the restaurant. We had a conversation a little bit in the background, and you told me that you've been here for 19 years.
Yeah.
Which I was amazed because I know personally in business and understanding restaurants, isn't the restaurant business so-called, they go under in anywhere between 6 months to a year. And you guys been here for 19 years.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Actually, we just renewed for the third time the lease.
Okay.
For an extra 10 years. And it was like a couple
Amazing.
of years ago. So I believe another 8 years to go.
Okay.
We opened in 2000, July 2000.
Wow. Okay.
And we never closed.
Nice. So you, I know you mentioned being a partner here.
Yeah.
So you and your partner, how long have you guys been partners? Is it full 19 years?
Yes. It's me, my wife, and my partner Gianluca.
Wow,
The three of us, yes.
amazing. And so originally, are you guys from New York City?
Originally we are from Italy, from southeast Italy, which is Puglia.
Okay.
And we actually came here in 1997. I remember it was April the 9th of 97.
Okay.
As a tourist, me and my wife.
Wow.
We just need to take a break, so we came here as a tourist, and basically we never left. I mean, of course we left back and forward, but we never went back to our country on a regular basis.
So where did you start from when you first came into the country? Did you guys come to the East Village directly? Was it New York City your first stomping ground?
Well, the first couple of weeks it was...
Bring it up. No, it's okay.
The first couple of weeks we just, we were doing tourists, and we were amazed by the Big Apple, of course. And since we were working in the same industry where we were in Italy, we decided if we have to do something by ourselves, let's do it here because it's worth it. It's so much worth it compared to Italy because the New Yorker average goes out like 5 to 6 times a week to eat, So, I mean, it's so much different. The business is very much different here than in Italy.
So what were some of the struggles that you feel like when you came in from Italy? Was it the barrier? Was it the English and language barrier? Or was it more so something in business that you saw differently in the restaurant business here that you saw than in Italy?
Well, of course, the language was the big struggle.
Okay.
And, I had a little bit of background with English, but British English.
British English, okay.
So when I came here, my accent was in between.
It was
I mean, definitely European, but not American. It was really struggle to understand you guys, but a little bit, but we made it. And actually, I was amazed by the type of business. I mean, in the States, the restaurant business is completely different from.
Absolutely, I could only imagine.
You know, and it was completely different, very much more interesting from the marketing side,
the marketing side of things,
advertising, and we learn a lot. We learn a lot, and we adjust a lot of our lacunae. You say what we're missing.
Absolutely.
In Europe, in Italy.
So the team dynamic, because you mentioned partner with the wife and partnered with
Gianluca, my partner in business since day first.
Okay.
Yes.
So how do you guys balance that partnership? Who does what? Who's sales? Who's marketing?
Well, Gianluca is taking care of the kitchen, and also about the media, the social media marketing, etc. And he's doing a great job since day first. I'm doing everything else. Yeah. And
like the day-to-day logistics.
Yeah,
ordering.
Absolutely. Well, ordering, yes. I'm, a little bit of everything, and also, the numbers, bookkeeping, accounting, and
the important stuff.
This is during morning hours. And then in the evening, of course, we are.
Salespeople
taking care of
the customers and clients,
the customer, and hosting people, and be sure everything.
That's interesting. Smooth. That's interesting that you mentioned that, because in the restaurant business, it's a hospitality. So everyone that comes in through your doors, at least that's the feeling I got here. You guys are very attentive. You guys greet your customers. Hello, how you doing? You make them feel at home. I guess other restaurant owners, how important is that?
I believe it's very important because if you want to build a very loyal customer,
you want a loyal customer base.
Yeah, you need to be here most of the time. You have to be in the restaurant. You want to attend personally to the people and host personally these people. Yeah, and to show what you're doing and to say, look. We are doing our best, and we are sure you're coming back for many more time.
Exactly. So that's how you create the loyal, the loyal clientele base, and then you get to know them personally.
Well, we know
food is magic.
Yeah, we know personally most of the customer. Of course, the flow is different because this is a city that people stay like 18 months to here, 3 years, and they leave. They try to get the best from the city, and then they go to do their own business anywhere else. But there is some people that is loyal since 2000.
Since 2000, and then they have to be in the neighborhood, obviously, since 2000.
With the gentrification era.
I'm glad you mentioned it.
Yeah, well, a lot of people.
I'm in the business. I'm in the real estate business. So I totally see the gentrification.
So most of the people that were in the neighborhood 10 years ago is not anymore here. Agreed. Like 20 years ago, they moved. The neighborhood had such a big. Dramatic change in the last 20 years. So rent-wise and real estate-wise, the market went so up. So especially if you are a family, if you have kids, you need to move somewhere where the rent is more affordable, when the life is more affordable. So I see that the flow of a loyal customer run to 5 to 6 years and then change.
It changes.
Yeah.
See, but that's interesting that you mentioned that and you see that, because a lot of people stick to their old ways of gaining customers, which is also, listen, at the end of the day, word of mouth is always amazing. But the fact that you're doing everything that you can and you realize, okay, gentrification is changing things, so I'm gonna have to change my game. Yeah. You guys are evolving, which is amazing, especially when it comes to the restaurant business. I mean, we all know restaurant businesses are one of the toughest businesses to keep open.
Yes, I agree.
I could imagine what kind of stresses you go through on a daily basis.
It's something that you have to love, otherwise,
Thank you. Mention that. Preach on that, please.
Yeah, otherwise, it's something, unless you're masochist, right?
Okay.
That you want to hurt yourself, right?
Yeah, that's true.
But it's something that if you love, only if you really love it. Otherwise, is a tough one.
Exactly.
And it's a tough one to stay in business for a long time.
Yeah, I mean, when you told me 19 years, I was completely amazed. I mean, any business to last 19 years successfully as well, you know, it amazes me. And the fact that you guys came from Italy, you brought what your knowledge was over here, and then you evolved, it just shows everyone, especially, you know, to my audience, which is why I brought the J-Team Brand podcast even about, is because we want the day-to-day struggles. We want people to understand, listen, even if you're coming in from another country, you can still create success around what you love.
Yeah, I totally agree. And this is still the land of opportunity. What I achieve here in a very small amount of time, I would never achieve that in Europe in all my lifespan. You know? I try.
You still visit, though.
I tried so many times to do my own to start my own business in Italy, but it was too tough. Yes, we were working in
what
the
do you
industry.
see the difference in between that market and this market? That
Well, it's the marketing, the advertising, and the way to run the business. Totally different. In Italy, going out for dinner or for lunch is an occasion, is a special occasion. Here is necessary, is a necessity.
People
people doesn't cook. I mean, I grew up in a family that, you know, you have to go back for lunch and have a lunch catering and then go back for dinner. So is, you know, we used to do our own coffee with the espresso machine here. I see people. The first thing that really surprised me was the people going out early in the morning with pajama and slippers to the coffee shop to get the espresso. And, you know, it's totally different. You know, in Italy is really.
So you saw opportunity in it, though. At the end of the day,
we saw opportunity,
awesome.
And that's why we decided to stay. You know.
Yeah, and I'm glad that you guys called the East Village home. I mean, I grew up downtown in this neighborhood, and hearing you being here 19 years, it feels good because I'm in the real estate business. I see the neighborhood changing. It's a bittersweet. Because you see opportunity in it, but then you lose a little character. Like you said, you see this overturning every 6 years, and you're like, holy crap, my neighborhood is different now.
I want to tell you something. When we start, I mean, we choose the East Village because it was the only affordable neighborhood for a startup. Because, you know, the rest of the city was very expensive. And the East Village was that kind of upcoming neighborhood. You know, the people start to move here because rent was affordable, commercial rent was affordable. So the only thing I would say, when we start here in 2000, we start paying rent for 1,650. Now we are close to 16,000. So it's more than 90%.
That's 100 times.
Yes, it's really crazy. But still, we are doing good. We are happy. We are making $1 on it, and we want to keep going on and, you know, show that we are still good enough to run business in the city.
Listen, guys, if you're ever in the East Village, please come by. I mean, literally the ambiance, the treatment that you're gonna get here, the food. I mean, just this man's personality is just amazing. So if you could come, if you're in the East Village, please stop by and show this guy some love. Especially
thank you so much. Thank you.
But so before we go, because I know you have to get back to work, I don't want to keep you too much. What do you see for the future in your restaurant? Do you see yourself opening up another one, or is this something that, you know what, I want to be a living legend in the East Village?
Look, Josh, you know, in 2000 we opened Gnocco, this location. We always been here. 2002 we opened Perbacco, same neighborhood. It was 4th Street between A and B. And we ran the business for 12 years till 2014, and then we sold the old brand. In those 12 years, we achieved 2 stars on the Times. That is a very big achievement.
Amazing.
I mean, it happens once every 10 lives, you know.
Yeah, literally.
So we, as soon as we achieved the 2 stars on the New York New York Times, after 1 year, we sold the whole concept. Then we opened Cafe Pick Me Up. It was, is another iconic space in the East Village.
Yeah.
One of the first bohemian coffee shop. It was 9th Street actually Avenue A of 9th Street. And we gave up like 3 years ago.
Okay.
Because the big rent hike.
Okay, so you sold it or you just
No, we just gave up. Yeah, we sold half of the space. Now they're doing a Arepa, the Arepa factory.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and so we have 3. I opened another place in Brooklyn in 2008. My partner Gianluca, a gelato place on St. Mark's in 2009. Another coffee shop on First Avenue. I mean, we had a lot.
You're always moving.
So now we try to consolidate everything here. Because one is being sold, one was closed, the other one is sold. So try to consolidate and to improve ourselves here. Maybe this is the reason why we keep going on. We are still.
I love the concept that you brought to the table, though, which is creating a brand behind a restaurant and selling it. That's interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of businesses use that in even corporate world. So you bringing that knowledge, that's interesting to know.
Well, we had too much on our plate, so we were trying to consolidate and focus.
It just makes sense.
Yeah,
it just makes sense. Too much real estate.
When we start, I was in the 30. I mean, I was when I arrived, I was 33. Now I'm 54. I mean,
not enough energy.
I still have enough energy.
He's lying, by the way, guys, because I work out with this guy in the same gym, and I'm still trying to keep up. I'm 36, and I'm still trying to keep up. So don't.
No, there's no true. He looks better than me anyway.
Oh man, but listen, I totally appreciate you coming on to the J-Team Brand Podcast. And
thank you guys. Thank you for being here.
Anybody with a good thought, something good in regards to business or just yourself, please feel free, but I really appreciate you and having you here, man. And yeah, if you want to leave the audience with a good thought.
Yeah, well, I believe that, again, as I said before, I don't think that I could achieve what I achieved here in those years. I came here as a tourist. I realized that that was the right place to start.
Yeah.
I made it, and I'm still living my American dream. Yes,
amazing.
I built. After 3 years, I was working in the industry. I have the occasion to start up this business.
Amazing.
I got married with my wife after 2 years. I was here. I have 2 kids. One 14, one 17, and one ready to go to college, one ready to go to high school, and. Yeah, I spend almost more time here than in my old country, which I really love. I go back every year, but still, I owe everything to the city. This is the city that allowed me to live my American dream.
You hear that?
And if we are still in business, that means that we love our business, but we love it also because we did it in New York City, which is the most amazing town in the world.
Big city of dreams.
Yeah.
Big city of dreams, guys.
Yeah.
And the East Village made it happen.
Yeah.
East Village, Lower East Side made it happen.
Yeah. And it's still, I owe everything to the East Village. And
yourself. Because you are a hard worker. You guys evolved with the times. And
I want to say that maybe the secret was the synergy between me, my wife, and Gianluca, my partner. And let me tell you something, a little bit of background. Yeah. When we were in Italy, when I started the relationship with my
your wife?
Ex-girlfriend, actually, she wasn't my wife. We were working for Gianluca because he used to run a small family restaurant in Emilia-Romagna, in Carpi. So we used to work for him, and we created this very strong bond. Then we left Italy for many other reasons. Yes. We started to work here, and as soon as we figured out that there were the right occasion to start up, we involved Gianluca because we have such a great bond working together, and he was the guy that said, let's do it. He didn't think twice. Amazing. He came here, and we decided to do it. So,
listen, guys, follow your dreams, follow what you love.
Thank you.
And continue going after it, man. This guy is a perfect example of what the American dream is.
Thank you.
And if I can just inspire one person, I did my job.
All right.
We did our job.
Thank you so
Yes,
much, brother.
appreciate you.
All right, thank you.
It's easy to think you famous, it's harder to work for greatness. These kids nowadays give prevalence to the latest.